Hi, and welcome to Fun Fast Sized Rider. Today I'm riding up the Quiraing on the Isle of Skye, which is the northwest of Scotland. It's an island off there. It's in the Inner Hebrides, I believe. As you can see, I'm just starting up at the beginning part. You can see the top of it up there on the left. The main part of the road doesn't go directly up to that part there. You do sort of end up at the side of it. Before I ended up riding on this road, went into Portree. This is Portree here. This is the harbour with the famous coloured buildings there, and this is the looking out from the top at the side of the road there. There's the main road, and then we met this lovely couple with their two little dogs that had ridden from France on a V-Strom. They were just, like, really weird. They had them just in the tank bag at the front. Portree's worth a look, definitely, to have a quick look around, especially on a bike. Parking there's an absolute nightmare if imagining a car. Lucky enough, there's quite a few different places to park a motorbike, so specialised motorbike parking, so that does help quite a lot. And from what I could work out, parking was free. But yeah, if you were trying to drive into Portree, I would say definitely try and get in there early. I ended up getting there about 1 o'clock, I think it was, and yeah, the traffic trying to get in and out of Portree was really bad. There were a lot of tourists. You can tell from the 2025 registration plates, so many new cars with little stickers on there, obviously rentals, literally driving everywhere. I really feel for the locals on that bit. But riding up to the Quiraing, it's surprisingly easy. What you will notice is that, again, with the North Coast 500, a lot of northern Scotland, there are parts where they haven't redone the road, where you'll notice there's parts where they haven't done the road. Then there's also parts where they clearly have done brand new tarmac onto it. It's a lot smoother and so much easier to ride compared to other parts of it, especially the bit near the top where you do the hairpin, come back on yourself. Parts of that road there you'll see in a bit of how ridiculously bad the road can be. But generally speaking, compared to riding up Applecross or the Hard Knot Pass, it's not a difficult road to do. It's just slow because of the amount of traffic on it. And as you see when I get to the top, the parking situation up there is pretty difficult. I don't record myself going around watching me trying to park. That's not particularly interesting. As you can see here, there's on my left, there's a cemetery there, which is a bit of a random place because it is absolutely miles away from anything. So if you are going to visit a member of your family that's buried there, I imagine during tourist season it's going to be pretty difficult to get to. The views from the top were pretty spectacular, and the ride up was pretty cool as well. Previous to this, so you're on the main road and you get to see the old man's store at the side of the road. It's pretty cool. Bit of rock formation. Riding to the Isle of Skye. If you're planning to ride around the Isle of Skye, what I recommend is probably just a day trip like we did. Staying there, unless you're planning to do a lot of hiking or anything like that, I would say ride there, then stop off somewhere else. It's quite expensive in terms of places to stop and bits, because we did look about staying there, maybe travelling on, but we just travelled back to Applecross after this. So I got to do the Applecross Pass again, but the weather was really gorgeous. My profile picture for this channel is on this particular day when I rode back, because the sun was coming up just perfectly. It looked really good. As you can see, this is the part of the problem we're getting up towards the Quiraing. There's just so much hesitation with people driving backwards and forwards. Eventually, as you see, I'll just get bored and I'll just go round. I'm just fed up of waiting for people go back. I've cut a lot about here just because I had to sort of wait so long. I could even turn my bike off for a bit because I was sitting there waiting for so long. It's just quite easy to come up with. This bit's wide enough for 2 cars, but people are acting like there's no way they could possibly fit into the space here. WLO means you can't park there. We're not planning to park there. You're just going to go straight past. So yeah, this is me just riding up to the bit. So I'll just let this bit run now, and you can have a look at how the road surface. go and have your...
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Yeah, away from the fucking retard. After we left the top of the Quiraing, the back of the car park, so we don't go back on the same way, so we're heading out towards Staffin Harbour. I believe this is down the bottom here. And the idea was we were going to go to the Jacobite Museum. We did actually go, just that I do mess up along here, so I get to the bottom. I meant to turn right, but I turned left and I'm going all the way down the bottom. It was a nice little ride down the bottom. Well, I will say, if you're planning to go to Quiraing, be aware that parking up there is pretty expensive. There is a parking warden there. While I was up there, I must have saw about 15 people get a parking ticket, and it's £100 fine per ticket. So they're making a good amount of money up there just from parking alone. And also, quite a few people thinking that they could park on random bits of grass that wasn't an allocated parking space also got a ticket. And I saw one tourist guy just drive into a ditch, just roll its car on its side. I didn't actually have my camera on that, and for some reason I didn't take a photo of it. But he, like a new Vauxhall Astra, just decided I'm going to try and park here, and then just rolled it onto its side. So a few people helped him roll it back and push it back out. But it just shows you how crazy it is up there with parking and all the tourists and stuff like that. But I will say, the ride back down was actually really quite nice, seeing down to the harbour there. But it's the same issue as always, that this you just got a single track road, a lot of passing places. So there's quite a few times where I've cut in the video. Yeah, but we didn't have to do it standing up, like head down, ass up into lie down. For some reason, animals can't lie down in them. I don't know what it is. Or maybe no one's told me. This is where I was meant to turn right to go to the museum down there. It's actually quite a far bit down the road. It's interesting. The just sort of an outdoor living museum, really, just showing you how they used to live. It's just all the houses. But it's weird that they only stopped doing it. I think it was like 80 years ago, that a lot of them were still just sort of living in a mud hut, essentially, a wicker hut. It still had a lot of the old tools and utensils, so it's worth a little trip up there if you're already up this way. The rest of the trip here, so I'm going around this hairpin here, and it goes down. I go past a few little bit of nice houses and down the bottom. Then when I get to the bottom, I realise I've gone completely the wrong way and have to come back up it again. Not a bad thing. You get to do a few extra hairpins, a bit more interesting riding. And that was, at least on the way back up, there's no cars in front of me, so I could go a little bit more quickly. This is my last full day on the North Coast 500. The next day, so I ride all the way back to Applecross tonight. Then the next day I'm up, and then I ride about 230 miles from Applecross to Greenock. We go back across the Applecross Pass once more, head towards the south. The North Coast 500 technically finishes at Inverness, so after about 100 miles of being on the road, then I've finished the North Coast 500 and carry on south. So Greenock's just a little bit west of Glasgow. The reason we stopped there is it was on the way, and I was going to go across and see my family in. They live on the east coast of Scotland, but we do get to go through Glencoe, which is actually a really nice ride. But a lot of the road down was pretty boring. Loch Lomond, which I've been around a few times in a car, and always wanted to do on a bike, ended up being pretty depressing because it was so busy. I'll have one more video after this one, and it will cover bits of Glencoe that I came across and stopped off, and the things I've seen, and probably my final thoughts on doing the North Coast 500. If you've been watching these videos, I really appreciate you spending the time to come and watch them. I know I'm not the best editor ever, but thank you for coming to watch. If you want to like the video, like the video. If you didn't, then I appreciate your time coming to watch it. Thank you. Have a good one.